3, 2, 1. And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the live stream. We are picking back up with Vigil. And been away for about a week, unfortunately. So I'll give an update on what's been going on during the week. So I actually went to go stream Vigil. I believe it was last Monday, or this Monday that just passed. Unfortunately, I had discovered that the developers broke the controls within Steam. So there were no controls available, which sucked. It just broke the game. And before that, I was having some issues with my mic. So I had to try to see if I could figure out what exactly was going on with that. I believe I've fixed it. I'm still kind of working out, tweaking it. I'll stream today and then I'll go back and listen, see if I need to make some adjustments. But I think I might have fixed it. But anyways, so that's part of the reason why I've been gone. The other thing, I guess kind of bad news, it is looking like very much like 99.9% that I'm not going to be getting a PS5 for this holiday season, unfortunately. So there's still a slight chance, but it's looking like it's not going to happen. The order that I had secured was showing shipped, then it was showing delayed, and it's just kind of stuck. And that happened with one of my other orders that ended up getting canceled. So not looking good. And I was trying to see if I could get this secured because in my opinion, I believe that I'm not clairvoyant, but in my opinion, I believe that we are going to see PlayStations bought out and flipped as we have for, I don't know, the last, couple of months since they went on sale. I believe we're going to see that happening for the next 6 months going into summer. I don't think we'll be able to be they'll be readily available to average consumers who are not willing to go and pay double or triple the price. I could be wrong on that. It may be sooner than that. And Sony is trying to do things to negate those problems, but I just don't think that's going to happen. So that means it's going to probably be about a good 6 months before average, consumers or whatever that don't have any kind of connections or are not willing to pay a scalper will be able to get a PS5. I could be wrong, but I'd be willing to bet the cost of a PS5, that's what's going to end up happening. I think if it wasn't for the pandemic, we might have seen that as early as, end of winter, early spring, where it's normalized. But that doesn't mean there aren't going to be PlayStation 5s available to purchase between now and then. There will be, but they'll be bought out by scalpers, and they'll be very limited. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to secure one as early as I could, because I knew that it was going to be a problem. And I'm willing to wait, 2 or 3 months. If that were a realistic case, it'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, 2 or 3 months. 6 months, I don't really have a choice, but if I had a choice, no, I don't want to wait 6 months, but 2 or 3 months is acceptable. Because in 6 months, we'll already be getting the second wave of exclusives, which is like Horizon Zero Dawn 2, and there's a couple other games coming out. And all the exclusives that are out now, and there's a couple more coming out in January and February, all those will be played by, other people that have been able to acquire one. So that'll be kind of pushing back all those exclusives to have to catch up on. So yeah, it's just kind of a bummer, but I'm not angry, just disappointed. Wish it would have gone a different way. But a wise man once said, you can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need. So anyways, give me 1 second here. I need to adjust something. Okay, I went in to adjust my mic a little bit. I was still feeling like I was hearing a little bit of I've been trying to tweak the EQ and the gain and everything, and it's been a little bit difficult to do with the mixer that I have. I have a new mixer that I bought during the summer, and I like it because it has zero latency when you're live, when you're hearing it, your own mic live, whereas my old mixer didn't do that. There was always a delay, and trying to talk with a delay into a mic, it really screws things up. So that's one of the advantages of the new mixer I'm using. Another advantage is I can actually capture game audio directly into the mixer and put an EQ on it to actually increase the quality of the sound from the game, which is really cool. And then I can also do that with like other things as well, like the music and whatnot. It just has a lot more control, whatever. But I have had some problems with this particular mixer because it's been very finicky. The mixer I'm using now is a Go XLR. I'll be honest, I don't recommend it. I really can't say that I recommend it. After using a few other mixers, this mixer has given me a lot of problems. I think it's probably because I think when they come out with like a version 2, when they fix a lot of the problems, it'll probably be a mixer maybe worth considering, but it's had problems with like ambient sound being picked up, where it will pick up more ambient sound than normal. I've also had a lot of issues with grounding and noise noise coming back through the mic and through the headphones. And these are things that on my other mixer, which is like half or less than half the cost of this mixer, has zero issues with. And I know somebody would be like, well, why don't you just use your old mixer? Because my old mixer doesn't have live hearing. So like if I'm talking into the mic on this mixer, there's no delay. I can hear myself as just, and if there's a delay, it's not discernible. You can't notice it. So it doesn't mess with your head and your speech when you're talking. But my other mixer, there's a delay. So when you're trying to talk and you're hearing yourself talk and then you're hearing the delay, it really fucks with your speech and your hearing and everything. For those of you who have never tried it, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. You just have to try it to know what I mean. And also it doesn't have direct gain capture. So I have to capture through OBS and the audio quality is not as good. And I don't have a lot of control over the tracks as I would like. So, anyways, let's go ahead and see if we can get into the game here. I had another issue with this. Let me, so this game, apparently, so I back up my saves at the end of every day that I play, just in case there's an issue with the cloud or anything like that. So I back up the saves, and one of the things I noticed is when I went into my equipment, I noticed my plague mask was gone, and that was one of the last things that I had acquired, and I'm pretty sure I had saved when I had gotten it. So I don't know what exactly happened there. Not a big deal. Most of when I went back to look at my playthrough, that's one of the reasons why I also upload on YouTube, like my playthroughs. I was trying to find like what exactly happened. I didn't exactly find, but I'm pretty much didn't really lose any progression, but that item is not there. I'll probably just have to find it again. Okay, I need to go in here and remove a lot of this bullshit. So I noticed that for the most part, I only use a couple of items at a time. So I generally will use the shield and the arcane attack. The feather just allows me to like recall to a previous owl. So it's kind of and I wasn't using it before because the developers have updated it. So if you look at the owl, let me minimize here. Or the feather, this thing here, it used to have a number next to it. It had a number 1. And if you look at the description, it says transports its owner back to the most recently visited owl statue. So I thought it was a consumable that you could only use it one time because it had the 1 on there. Because if you go and look at other items. Oh, hey, Janaid, welcome back. I'm doing really good. Thank you very much for asking. I had a very good week. Had some bad news, but had a pretty good week. It does not look like I'll be getting a PS5. The order, so I have 2 orders and one of them has been canceled and the other one is in a limbo state like the first one where it showed shipped, then showed delayed, and the next step would be canceled. So I don't think I'll be getting one, but oh well. Not angry, but disappointed for sure. But that's okay. As I said before, I already had a backup plan if that, didn't work out as far as like what games I'll be playing. So I want to finish up Vigil. And then I don't know, I'm kind of torn on what game to do. Either Nier Automata, Dishonored 1, Metro Exodus, because I want to finish the Dark Souls 3 DLC. Yeah, well, so I talked a little bit about this earlier, but I'll go ahead and repeat it. So let me mute the game music. So here's the issue with anything right now. GPUs, CPUs, consoles, all this, but the PlayStation 5 is probably the most sought after item out of all the items that are being scalped right now. And I would say the second is probably the RTX cards. That's like a second runner-up. And under normal circumstances, obviously I'm not clairvoyant, but this is what I, predict. Mark my words. And I will eat my words if I'm wrong, but this is what's going to happen. PlayStation 5s, there'll be more. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the scalpers are annoying. So the PlayStation 5 will have more consoles come out. Sony will release more in batches, but they're going to be small batches, and most of them are going to be done online, and most of them will be bought up by scalpers and sold for 2 or 3 times the cost. The ones that aren't will be the lucky few that were actually able to get in and maybe get their order processed. And you literally have to be on the website, have multiple browsers and devices open and trying to put in your information, obviously have your information ready, but it's a real bitch trying to get the order. So, I personally do not see a PlayStation 5 being easily and readily accessible to purchase until summer, which is a good 6 months from now. And on top of that, with the pandemic, making it exacerbating the situation to be worse. It might even be longer than that, but mark my words, it doesn't mean you won't be able to buy them, but without having to go through a scalper and actually like be able to go to a store and just buy it right out at normal MSRP, it won't be until probably summer. And that's the reason why I was trying to, obviously secure one now, because if it was like, kind of like how you were saying, just wait a few months, like, 2, 3 months, I could easily wait 2 or 3 months, but it's going to be 6 months, possibly longer before the PlayStation 5 will be like readily available. So I'm not really angry, just disappointed, because, I had 2 on order and, one of them was not exactly the most, secure. The other one is, I wasn't going to say this, but it's through Target. That's the store that my friend works at that is supposed to be getting it, but he doesn't have any control over what's going on with it. He's keeping me up to date, but he told me don't hold your breath because he told me there's been a lot of other people he's had to call and tell them, sorry, no go on your PS5. So I could end up being one of those people. So, yeah, don't really have any control over that. But, yeah. And what's crazy is if you go like on eBay now, the prices for the PlayStation 5s, people are selling them for like triple the price now. Before it was like, about double, where like you could, I wasn't buying one from there, but you could go and, buy, a digital version for $800 and a non-digital or a disc version for like $900 to maybe $1,000. Now they're selling for like, $1,000 to $1,500, and it's going to continue to go up. It'll probably come back down probably around March to where it'll probably be like 800, 900 again, but it'll still be scalped until, my prediction, next summer. I could be wrong, but mark my words. And I will admit, if I make a mistake, if I'm wrong, I'll admit it, but mark my words. They will not be available readily where you can just go and buy them at normal MSRP price until maybe next summer. And that's a big maybe. Could be longer than that. So, yeah, I was gonna try to stream yesterday, but I had a lot of errands and shit that I had to run, and then I did my workout and everything. And I was like, I'm just gonna chill and just watch some movies or whatever. But I'm gonna be streaming, for most of the day today. I'll probably stream for a bit, then maybe take a lunch break, and then maybe come back and stream some more. So if I don't, it's looking pretty indefinite that I won't be getting a PS5. In your opinion, well, I don't know what game I want to play. I think Metro Exodus is probably too long. To start right now, because I want to finish this and I want to start Dark Souls 3, the DLC in December. So I have about 3 to 4 weeks between now and then. So I want to finish this and then pick up, a game in between then. So I'm thinking either Nier Automata or Dishonored 1. So in your opinion, out of those two games, which do you think, because I'm indifferent, I'll play either or. I'm looking forward to playing either or of those, but which do you think would be preferable? Oh, but anyways, I was talking about this, this feather. The reason I wasn't using it is because it had like a number 1 next to it as if it was a consumable. And I found out it's not. So now it's you can use it repeatedly, and there's a small cooldown on it, but not too bad. So I went ahead and equipped that. I think before I go forward with anything, I'm going to go buy a bunch of blood vials. Because at least it'll be stored at the Owls and I don't have to be coming back to town all the time. I just want to get a bunch and just not have to dick around with this because I've been having to come back and buy them every so often. I just want to get a bunch. Let's get like 300. I was at the outskirts of May. However, even though I've already said I probably won't be getting the PS5, there's that tiny like percentage of a fraction or fraction of a percentage that I may get it, but it's leaning more towards not happening. So, all right, let's save. Oh shit. Okay. It used the feather. Well, I mean, you know, there's been a lot of talk about the Xbox, but the Xbox, according to, I forget the guy's name, but he was saying something about like the Xbox is selling around the world like really, really well, but not so well in America. And that makes sense because I think the majority of people that are going to be playing games that are like Xbox compatible will just play them on PC. Because in America, you know, we're spoiled here. We're able to buy PC hardware at a pretty low cost. But people that live in other parts of the world, even like where you live, building a gaming PC is expensive, like really expensive. Like I would say like double or even triple the cost of what it would cost us here. So that's why people will buy an Xbox, because it's much cheaper and it's like all in one. So it makes a lot of sense. The only reason I know that is because I've actually talked to people that have come to the stream and kind of, you know, explain it to me, because I never understood why would anybody buy an Xbox. It just doesn't make any sense. But once they kind of broke that down, I was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Because if you can buy a console like an Xbox for $300 to $500, I mean, it probably costs them like maybe $600 to $800. That's so much cheaper than trying to buy and build a PC that's, you know, $1,500 to $2,000 or $2,500, you know, in whatever country they're in. So I totally get it. Oh, maybe you can answer this for me. I mean, everything on my end sounds good, but does the audio from what you can hear, does the audio sound okay? Do you notice any issues, anything with latency or popping or crackling or anything like that? Because that's part of the reason why I haven't been streaming, is because I've been trying to get this damn mixer working right. Okay, good. Thank you. I had to do a complete remap of my controls because the developers broke the controls for this game, so I had to go in and remap everything to keyboard and mouse, and which works, but it would have been better just to have done it with, you know, normal you know, gamepad analog controls. I think we want to go in here. So one of the problems with not using analog is this isn't the best test, but like sometimes so if you notice down here at the bottom, if you notice, I'm using WASD for the thumbstick here. The problem with that is it's not analog. So when you're trying to go in and do like, you know, a diagonal, like for example, like let's say you push up in that direction or up in that direction, it doesn't register very well. as good as if you were playing like on an analog stick. So, but I was able to tweak mine by setting it to like halfway, there. And that seems to give it close to analog functionality. Still not as good, but it seems to be working. Yeah, that was one of the things that I did when I overhauled my stream is, get that working. And it seems to work pretty well. I can, draw on the screen and pretty much on the fly. So if I want to give you guys like directions to explain like what it is I'm doing on screen, I can do these annotations on the fly. And I couldn't do it. I could do it before. I could do annotations before, but I couldn't do it on the fly as I can now. Now it's so much better than the way I used to have it, because OBS did this update for like the way they capture certain programs and whatnot, and it basically allowed me to get it working. So it was really cool. When are you getting your new system? Or did you already get it? Let me go back over here. I don't think I can progress. I think there's like a block. Yeah, I can't progress forward here. Oh, okay. Oh, so you bought the motherboard and RAM from a different buyer. It wasn't like all packaged together. Oh, okay. What I thought you had done is I thought that the person you were buying from, I thought that basically they were just selling you like their older system, pulling the CPU, motherboard, and RAM from their system, selling it, and they were going to use the money to upgrade. But yeah, that works. So is the motherboard new and just the CPU is used? Oh. I didn't know that the CPU was new. I thought it was used. That's pretty good, man. I don't know like what price you got that for. I mean, I know what you told me the total is, but because the 3800X is one of the more expensive of the CPU. Well, of course there's the XT, but I don't know if I can make that ledge. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, portrait of Kent. Dude, I think that's the last painting I needed. Hold on. Yeah, I needed 6 or 7 of them. So I got that one. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I got them all. So I could go back to that dude back in town and he'll probably hook me up with, you know, something. I don't know what. Where am I at? Let me see. Okay, so I'm like in this little area here. And the cool thing too is, like, you know, with that motherboard that you got, you'll be able to upgrade to 5th gen, you know, once, like, I guess they become available and prices die down. You might even be able to sell like your current and upgrade for, you know, not too much more. But you might not need to either. I mean, that CPU might just be enough for your needs. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to town so I don't lose all this. So I got to take these paintings to this old dude. I just don't know if I'll remember where he's at. So this is a good example of where analog would be better. So if I'm running across like this with an analog stick and I direct down like at an angle, I will actually, you know, I'll actually go down the stairs, but with using WASD, it doesn't really work too well. Dude, when you told me you got the CPU, because when I first read it, because I'm a little dyslexic, so sometimes when I read words like chat and whatnot, I don't always get it right, so I apologize for that. But when I first read that you said that, you said like, I thought that you got the CPU for 410, and I was like, that doesn't really sound like much of a deal. I mean, that's kind of close to like normal price. And I thought, okay, well, maybe you're going to take that CPU and drop it in your current board and all that. And I was like, I guess that makes, you know, some sense, but it didn't really sound like the best deal. But then when you said you got the motherboard and RAM with it at that price, I was like, that's a great deal, dude. You got a great deal. Provided you don't have any issues like I've had. And it turns out, because I was talking to a few other people, that a lot of the problems that I was having, they believe were due to RAM, even though my RAM verified was good. And I did swap RAM though, but when I did, I used the same type of RAM, but just different RAM, and still had the same problems, because this AMD system I don't know. I never use MSIs, so I have no opinion on whether they're good or not. I mean, a lot of people say they're good, like, you know, like the Tomahawks for it, so probably be fine. I mean, I guess you'll find out. Let me know. I've always stuck to like Gigabyte, Asus, and ASRock. I've just never tried. Yeah, I looked at the reviews. When you told me the board, I pulled it up on Amazon, and it had like 400 plus reviews, and it was like almost 5 stars, like full. And that's a good review, so I think you'll be fine. But I'm wondering now if the problems I was having, like if I would have maybe bought a different brand and different model RAM kit for my 3700 and maybe even for my 2950X, I wonder if I would not have had all those problems that I had. I used G-Skill, which was Samsung B-Die, which was the recommended. They said that was like the best RAM for AMD for reliability, performance, and whatnot. And it was also on the QVC. I don't know. I'm sure you know what QVC is. It's the qualified or QVL qualified vendors list. Yeah, I don't know how well they are for AMD though, but for Intel, they're great. I used to use Corsair all the time. In fact, I still have a Corsair kit in one of my other systems. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean like I was talking down to you. I just didn't know if you knew, but yeah. So yeah, I bought the memory or whatever that was on the QVL list or whatever for both my systems. And the reason I did that is because with AMD, everybody said they're very finicky when it comes to the RAM. So I was like, you know what? I want to make it a smooth build. I want it to work right. Let me just go with it, because with Intel, I don't usually do that. With Intel, I can just buy whatever RAM kit, slap it in, and it just works. But AMD has not been that way. And even though I did switch the RAM, I'm wondering, what if I would have just bought a different brand? You know, maybe I would have. Yeah, I know. I just. I never want to feel like or make you feel like I'm talking down to you or anything like that, or anybody for that matter. You know, I've had some really weird situations where I'll say something to somebody and they think that I'm like talking like I'm superior, like I know it all. Not really. But I just didn't want to I didn't want you to feel like I was talking down to you. I just, I don't know what you know. Okay, here's that painter's cottage. Let's see if this dude hooks me up. What's up, Albrecht Door? What you got? This ocarina is for you, a gift. Okay, what is that for? Dude, I agree. I completely agree. That was a really good price that you got that for. Okay, this is what I just got from him. Use it in front of the ceremonial stone monument in the catacombs, and you will be transferred into an unknown space. Okay. All right, well, we're going to go save, and then we'll maybe do that next. I can understand how you feel. I know how you feel about that. I had some tools that I had bought when I was in college, right? And I had done a lot of work with these tools. Then one day, I left my garage door open, and I was working. I was working in my garage. I was working on a project. I was building a workbench that's in my studio, and I went inside for about 15 minutes. I came back out and my tools were stolen, and I had them like in like this little container, like on a shelf. So in about a 15-minute time period, and this was a house, And somebody between that 15, maybe 20 minutes, and I don't even think it was that long, walked up my driveway, walked into my garage, and stole my tools. And I wasn't angry at the cost because the tools weren't like real expensive. I mean, it was money. I think all in all, it was probably about $200 to $300, which I don't want to say that's not a lot of money. I mean, that is, but it's not like it was $1,000 worth of tools. That would have been a lot. But what bothered me about it is those were sentimental, because they were good tools. I had used them for a while, and I built a lot of shit with those when I was in college. And, I would have rather have just given the thief money and said, look, let me just keep my tools. It's not really about the money. It's more sentimental value to me. Exactly. So I know how you feel. And the reason I know it was only about 15 to 20 minutes is because I went in to go to the restroom, and I didn't take that long. And then I talked with my grandmother at the time for, a couple minutes, and I got a drink and then went back outside. It might have even been less than that. I think what happened was somebody was watching me, working, and I was going in and out of the garage, and they were probably just waiting for a good moment to see when I go in for maybe a longer period of time and run in and grab them. But, and by the time I noticed, like if I'd have noticed right away they were gone, then I could have maybe looked up and down the street and maybe seen them, because they were probably on foot. I don't think they were in a vehicle. I don't think they just drove up in a vehicle and pulled in and did it. Because my grandmother, she's very, she watches everything. And if she would have heard the driveway or whatever, she would have been like gotten up and looked outside. She's just that type of person. But then I told my uncle what happened. I was calling my aunt one day, maybe like a few weeks later, just calling them. And I talked to her husband, my uncle, by marriage, but he's a really cool dude. And I told him what happened. And this guy, he's such a good-hearted dude. He just, one day I get a package in the mail. It's huge. It's a big ass package. And I open it up, and it's like all these tools, and it was from him. And, basically he had like a little letter. He's like, sorry, your tools got stolen. Hopefully this will kind of make up for what your loss was, but he also understood the sentimental value. Dude, I've been very fortunate in my life. I haven't really had very good family experience, but I've had amazing uncles. My uncles have always been really cool, really good to me and whatnot. Yeah, I've had really good uncles. I need to get to a save. But not only did he like replace most of the tools that I lost, but he gave me like a bunch more that I didn't even have. But I wish I could say the rest for the, say good things about the rest of my relatives. Not all of my relatives are bad, but the majority of them are, and I don't really have any contact with them. But I have a few family members that have been, really good. Well, so my uncle, the one that did do that for me, he also suffered from like mental illness. And he had a nervous breakdown about 2 years ago. And during that time, my aunt, who is my aunt by blood, they got divorced because of his mental breakdown. And I've never been able to get in contact with him. Yeah, it really upset me a lot. And when I talked to my aunt, I asked her, do you have do you have a number or anything, so I can get in contact with him? And she says she doesn't have it because she's no longer in contact with him. And I think the next best thing would, I'd have to do one of those. I'd have to pay online to, those websites that have those things where you can pay money and you can, they'll kind of help you track people down and find people. I'd have to kind of try to do something like that to try to find them. Yeah, well, I was going to do that, but my aunt told me that while he probably wouldn't have any issues with me, in doing something like that, she said that his mind is so gone from his mental illness and the meds and his breakdown that he might not even remember who I am. That's how bad off he was. And I was just like, damn. And no, and that's a very good question, but my aunt, knowing the relationship that I had and knowing the situation, she's not angry with him. She's heartbroken. She's very upset still and very, she feels bad about how everything went down and all that. And, she wishes that things would have been different. She doesn't hate him or anything like that, because a lot of women are very vindictive, and they're kind of that way. That's generally the norm. Well, he had been struggling with mental illness for a long time, and there had been a decline there. And I knew about it. I had even talked to him about it because, I have bipolar disorder. So I know, I'm very familiar with mental illness. I know how it goes. Yeah, I agree. I don't remember where the catacombs are. Oh, I know where the catacombs are. I have to go into the cemetery, but I have to get through that barrier, which I can't get through. Okay. All right, then where do we go next? No, it's fine. I don't mind. Let me see where I can. Oh, I want to talk to this dude. Yeah, dude, NVIDIA is releasing a whole new line of GPUs. Of course, availability will be probably another issue, but yeah, it's looking like they're releasing a whole nother list of GPUs with more RAM. Yeah, I would do that. That's what I'm doing. Like, once I found out they're coming out with a 3080 Ti with like 20 gigs of VRAM, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Because 10 gigs, I have several games that will easily max out that 10 gigs. And I love Steve over at Gamers Nexus. But sometimes he is wrong about things, and that is one of the things he is very much wrong about. I think he kind of overgeneralizes things, because he said because the new RAM that's being used on these new GPUs is faster, so you don't need as much RAM. That is not true. Not at all. And I don't think he really understands. I think the type of games he tests, it probably works out. But there are games like Assassin's Creed games, Resident Evil games, and there's a few other games that will easily utilize 10 gigs of VRAM. Yes, Janaid, I would have. If I was in your position, yeah. I'm not bullshitting you. I think you got a good deal. I really do. 410 pounds for CPU, motherboard, and RAM, that's a great deal. I mean, you know, as long as everything works out, you know, like I said, fully tested, make sure everything works. I mean, obviously the CPU is new, so hopefully, you know, if you do have problems, I would try RAM. Try swapping your RAM first. Use like different RAM if you have problems. But yeah, I think that was a great deal. Oh, it was 310. I thought it was 410. My bad. All right, we'll go to the secret trail. I think I'm gonna have to go to the restroom. I drank too much fucking water. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. Apologize. I generally drink quite a bit of water before I start my stream. All right, let's see where we're at. All right, I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go that route there. I'm not sure if I can go that route. Okay, yeah, I can. It looks like I can go maybe like that. Oh, okay, this connects. Jesus Christ. Hopefully there's a save up here. What is this? Well, that opens up into something. I don't know what. Might be able to get up there. Nope. I'll probably have to drop down. Something like that. So I probably need to go up like that. Actually, I think I'll try to go for that first save. Whoa. There's a... It looks like I've already been up there, so... Oh, here we go. Let's try to get up there again. Oh, shit. So what? Hold on. Hunter's house. Okay, this is the hunter's house. I wish it was fucking marked. So I knew like which one it actually was. I guess we'll kind of go. Maybe over there. I know this is blocked. We can't get in there. Oh, I don't even know if we can get up there from here. Ah, okay, there we go. I don't know if I can fall from here. Of course, I did save. Okay. Yeah, I can. All right, there's nothing there. All right, let's go ahead and... Oh shit, I didn't need to do that. Okay, hold on. Looks like it did. Oh, wait a minute. Something right there. Oh, okay, I see. I probably have to go the other way. We'll come back. Let's go back down and go that way. Oops, forgot to clear it. Yeah, we're gonna come back down and go that way. Ah, it's blocked. It just doesn't show it on the map. All right, so I guess we're going back up. So close. There's probably a way to like drop down from above or something. Gonna have to see about getting it from the top. Having a little difficulty. The difference in not using an analog stick kind of sucks. Is WAS just isn't as responsive, so it makes kind of jumping at like angles and shit a little more difficult. I wonder if there's like a higher jump that you get later, because there are some places in the game where you're not able to jump. There's just not enough height and jump. So maybe there's an increase unlock for that. I want to go explore that, whatever the fuck that is. So let's go do that next. What is this? Whoa, okay, that's pretty dope. So I already had the item that they were requesting, and now they have items I can purchase. A new ring. 15 stamina, nice. You know what? I'm gonna save. Hold on. I'm gonna save Wait, hold on. All right, so I have a save for this. Now I'm going to go ahead and purchase. Actually, let me take this off. Looks like I can use this to upgrade shit. I might have to pay a trip to the smithy, but let's hold off on that for a moment. Oh. It's like an arcane spell. What does this thing do? We'll try that out. Hey, that's pretty dope. And you can spam it. Holy shit, look at that. You don't even have to worry about mana with this thing. You can just literally keep spamming it. I wonder how much damage this does. Yeah, we need to test the damage. Oh shit, there was an item up there. Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can load. So I use that save, but I don't know if it saves to the auto or what. Let's try it. Okay, it does. So it does an auto save, not an actual like hard manual save. Oh, I need to purchase that thing again, I think. I'm gonna wait on that. Oh, I already had one of these fucking things. Can you equip two of these fuckers? Oh, you can. Oh, fuck. Fuck, I didn't want to do that. I guess we could test out these birds. One thing I notice, hold on. Is when I use this, there's a knockback. But when I use this, there's no knockback. But it's kind of unlimited. Whoa, whoa, shit. I don't know where that's going to take me. Okay, it looks like there was a bit of a knockback there. It killed that fucker fast. Okay, I can't even get through here. So I'm probably going to have to go... I'm going to probably have to drop down. Whoa, what is this? What the fuck is that thing? Whoa! Shit, this thing's fucking me up. Oh, no problem, Janaid. Yeah, don't ever feel obligated to, you know, hang out or talk or whatever. You know, always take care of your personal stuff first. I understand. What is this thing? Golden slime. I think those two assholes wanted me to kill this thing. All right, I got a healing pot or vial. I'm tempted to play Metro Exodus. The thing is like if I start it, so I want to finish this first, obviously. and I don't know how long this will take to finish. If I play consistently, let's say maybe a week, then I've got about 3 to 4 weeks before like we're like into mid-December where I'd like to finish up the DLC of Dark Souls 3. Oh, was it really? I didn't know it was Metro Exodus. I thought I really couldn't remember what game, but yeah, I kind of remember it's probably around that time. For some reason, I thought it was Sekiro, but yeah, that makes sense. But dude, it plays really good. Like I, once I got it like downloaded and tweaked, and I set up my gamepad and mouse, like it plays really well. I am looking forward to playing that. Whoa! Okay, I unlocked like a little shortcut there. Okay, it looks like I can get back up in there. So this whole area here, I'm a little confused on how to get into. Okay, I think I know how. I think I need to go up that way. The problem is this is too high for me to jump. I can't jump that high. And there's nothing going off that way where I can do it either. Yeah, there's probably a second high jump that I get later in the game. All right, I'm going to teleport. I'm thinking I might go up and go that way. See what's over there. If I connect HDMI to PC to my 60 hertz monitor, is that okay of connecting through DVI? Or instead of DVI, sorry. Should be about the same as far as performance. And you can get direct audio through HDMI. It probably would be better to do HDMI over DVI. I don't think, like, as far as frame rate, there shouldn't be any difference in frame rate due to it being 60 hertz. Because I used DVI for a long time, even after HDMI came out. In fact, I just stopped using DVI just a couple years ago, and it still worked fine. I didn't have any issues. In fact, there were some DVI connections that actually supported audio too. So, I mean, I don't think you could go wrong using either or. I think it just comes down on, you know, what ports you have available on your video card and whatnot. Yeah, well, if you wanted higher than 60 hertz, then I believe you have to go to something like, you know, HDMI, but you would not be able to do 4K. You would have to do, give me a second. You would have to do, you could lower the resolution and do higher frame rate, depending on the refresh rate of the monitor. Somebody sent me a private message on Twitch. I was like, what is this? I don't usually use private messages, but whatever. So, like, let's say you wanted to run 1440p and you were using HDMI 2.0 or 2.0B. You should be able to run, and let's say your monitor had a refresh rate that was like 144 hertz or 120 hertz. Theoretically, you should be able to run HDMI. Well, you know what? No. Because my monitor, my gaming monitor is 1440p. It has HDMI, and it's actually 165 hertz. And even with HDMI 2.0, I cannot go above 60 hertz. But my TV, when I run it at 1440p, will do 120 hertz. So it must have something to do with the way the module is done within the display itself. Yeah, because technically my gaming monitor should be able to do like 120 hertz. Nothing above that, but it won't do it. Oh, you know what? I don't think it's HDMI 2.0. I think it's HDMI 1.4. I'd have to look at the spec on it. I mean, I don't use it for that. I just use DisplayPort, which will do 120 hertz or higher. So yeah, I'll have to look at that. It's probably not HDMI 2.0. By the way, you just bought a new monitor, but any monitors you buy displays you buy from here on out, I would try to wait until it has HDMI 2.1. Most of them, there's some monitors already out with that, but if not, wait a little bit longer. It'll be worth it because that's going to really open a lot of upgrade paths for you in the future. Because if you don't, and then, you know, you end up upgrading, then you're going to have to buy another monitor again because you don't have that port. And HDMI, it's legit. It works really good. I mean, I've been using it on my TV now for a few months, and I imagine if it works just as good on TV as it does on a monitor, you won't even need DisplayPort. Oh, I haven't been here yet. Yeah, this is a new area for me. Oh yeah, no problem, Janaid. And just for the record, like, I'm not the end all be all when it comes to like technology and whether things will work or not work, but you know, I'll always try to share with you what I have tried and what I've used and what I've researched. But, you know, I'll try to give you the best answer I possibly can. And if I for sure know something that I've tested and it works, I'll let you know. But if not, I'll always let you know, try it or whatever. But, you know, never be afraid to also do research outside of me. So I make mistakes too. Sometimes I get things wrong, but for the most part, I try to be pretty thorough with things. Okay, I think I have been here, but I think it just didn't save. I don't want to try to drop down until I can find a save, because I could end up dying by gravity or something like that. Oh, I died here. I remember. Yeah, I remember I died here. Shit. These things are strong. Yeah, those things are fucking strong. Probably gonna have to upgrade my weapon pretty soon. Oh, I just noticed something else about these birds. So let me show you. So this attack it has a little bit limited range. It won't go like entirely across the screen. I do notice that it has gotten longer, but this attack will travel all the way across the screen. So if there's something out of range, I can still use it as a long range attack. That's pretty dope. Thanks, man, for all the advice you've given me over time. Has helped me a lot. Well, I'm glad, man. I'm glad I've been able to help. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I spend kind of an unhealthy amount of time, doing research and listening to. Like, I listen to a lot of different reviewers, like tech reviewers. I'll listen to. I don't listen to Linus that much, but I'll watch Linus every now and again. Paul's Hardware. I don't listen to Bitwit anymore because he just turned completely to a full shill. But Paul is really cool. I like Paul. Jay's 2 cents. I listen to him more for entertainment because he's funny. Because he's not the brightest crayon on the box, but he's funny. So that's why I watch him. He's really good with water cooling. He's probably, in my opinion, out of all the tech YouTubers, he's probably the best when it comes to water cooling. If you have a water cooling question, he's the guy I would go to. DeBauer, I don't know if you know who DeBauer is. He's a German guy. He does both a German and English translation for all of his testing. That dude is legit. Obviously, Gamers Nexus, Steve. And then there's Buildzoid that kind of does work with Steve a little bit. Who else? Oh, Brian over at Tech Yes City. Digital Foundry. So I have a bunch of like tech reviewers. So a lot of the stuff when I like give you advice is from my own personal experience, but also taken from what they've, put out in their videos, and I just kind of regurgitate it. So, but there are times where, even they make mistakes, and, as much as I hate to say it, Steve over at Gamers Nexus, he's made mistakes. He's put out information that I personally disagree with based off of personal testing that I've done that disproves it. But, he's human, and it could have just been my personal use case or whatever. And I'll say that, I don't ever want to come across as like okay, this person's wrong because they did this and this is exactly what they did wrong. Because one of the things, I'll give you a perfect example. So I've been watching some of the reviews over the new Ryzen CPUs, right? And I've noticed that I've been seeing a lot of, I don't know if I'd say controversy, but conflicting benchmarks. So I'll go to some benchmark reviewers and they'll show that the new like 5900X and the 5950X beating out Intel in almost every 1080p game and even in some 1440p games. And then I'll go to another reviewer and it shows Intel beating AMD out, but they're very neck and neck. They're very, very close. But like Jay's 2 Cents did his review and he showed that AMD was beating Intel out even in 1440p. And then I went and saw another reviewer that did the exact same game, same CPUs and everything, and showed Intel beating it out. And it wasn't like by like 5 frames per second, because that's kind of margin of error. When you're dealing with 5 frames per second or less, that kind of gets into margin of, like margin of error. It could have gone either way, based on temperatures or whatever. But when you're going above and beyond that, like 10 frames, 15 frames or higher, that starts to kind of make me scratch my head like, what's going on here? And it makes me doubt the reviewer's testing, or it could be the hardware or just the way they're testing it. There's just a lot of questions there. And then you also have to wonder, are they being a shill? Are they just shilling for one company over the other? And so that's why I've been a lot less relying on final benchmark reviews from a lot of tech tubers, because I don't feel like I can trust them anymore. Like I wouldn't say don't watch them. Definitely watch them. But I don't trust them as much as I used to. Like, and even Steve over at Gamers Nexus, like, and it's not because I don't like Steve. I'm a Patreon. I donate to his channel. So it's not, I don't want to make it seem like, yeah, I don't trust Steve at all. Don't listen to him. That's not what I'm saying. But the way he does his testing and the type of testing he does, I guess the best way to put it, may not fit my use case, because I've done similar testing with certain games and certain resolutions and frame rates and gotten different results than what he got. And that's when it kind of started to put me on a path that maybe some of these other tech tubers who I thought were lying, maybe they weren't lying. Maybe that was just the way they did their tests, but there was just a big gap in difference in performance. So that's why I told you, like, even I don't really feel the need to upgrade. I'm very much content with my 10900K, but even if I were open to, I told you, I think I would wait, probably 4 to 6 months, provided there was availability, of upgrading to a 5900X, or I don't think I do a 5950X, not for gaming. A 5900X would probably be the highest I'd probably go for gaming. At least, I don't know, at least I think so, but I'd probably wait, 4 to 6 months, let all the BIOS, updates come out for the motherboards, let things get tested and let things get really worked out, because these initial benchmarks for like with AMD, they seem all over the place and they don't seem consistent. And that's one thing that I've noticed whenever you see an Intel benchmark released on launch day. If you go and look at the initial benchmarks and then look at benchmarks later, they're pretty consistent. And if you look at them across the board from, different reviewers, they're also very consistent. And that's not to prop Intel up or knock AMD. It's just, I think it's just because, when AMD releases these new chips, the BIOSes are still very immature and they need time to, kind of work things out. And so I think, like, usually from what I've seen from AMD, it takes about 6 months, with everybody using them and reporting bugs and problems and issues. And once they've done that, they hopefully get them all fixed, roughly about 6 months. And then, you've got usually a more stable and reliable system. There's another tech reviewer I didn't mention earlier, known as Optimum Tech. This guy is really, really good. He does a lot of small form factor builds. He did a build recently with a 5950X and a RTX 3090 in a small form factor ITX case. I'll post it in Discord later. And he had a lot of problems with the 3950X with the motherboard he was using. He was actually getting performance that was almost equivalent to the 3950X. Now, does that automatically mean that the 5950X is garbage? No. What that tells me, and based off of what he said, that it sounds like the BIOS for the motherboard he was using just isn't mature yet. And also, he was also in a small form factor. Because other people have done the 5950X, and clearly we know it does well over what the 3950X does. And he was using an ASUS board. In fact, he used 2 different boards, and he got the same results, but they were ASUS. So that's why, like, I kind of feel like when it comes to AMD, when they release new chips, I don't know about their GPUs. I just know they don't have a driver team, so I won't touch them. But when it comes to their CPUs, my advice on their new CPUs, wait at least 4 to 6 months after they've launched. Let the BIOS mature, let their chipset drivers mature, and their Ryzen Master software mature. Because, being, I guess an early adopter, you're just asking for trouble. And it just doesn't seem worth it to me. But that's just my opinion based off personal experience and what I've seen, gathered from other YouTubers. I'm still waiting for Digital Foundry to do a full breakdown analysis of the new Ryzen chips versus Intel to see if it still has the stuttering problems that Ryzen 3rd Gen had. And if it doesn't, then I'll be more, open to possibly, upgrading to it at a later time. But for now, I'm still content with my Intel chip. There's another frog down there. I almost didn't see him. Like, I don't hate AMD. I'm a little salty because I lost a lot of time and a lot of money because their hardware wasn't working as it should have. Where I know if I'd have just stuck with Intel, I would have never lost the countless amount of hours trying to troubleshoot something. Nor would I've had to, mess with having to resell the hardware that I bought to take a loss only to go back to Intel. I think I probably would have been better off doing what I'm saying now, wait 4 to 6 months, let it mature. And I think I would have probably had a different experience. I think even Jay's 2 cents even said something like that. Like, don't be an early adopter. If you're not interested in, dicking around with all the quirks and bugs of AMD, it's probably better just to wait. And I have to agree with Jay on that. Oh, look at that. There's somebody down there. Okay, so I need to give this person some vinegar. Okay, doesn't look like I can go up there. Oh, there's a save. That's what I was looking for, because I want to go back. Yeah. Well, thank you for your understanding. I appreciate it. The thing is I know a lot of people that bought AMD and they haven't had any of the problems I've had. Like they've built their system performs good. It works good. No blue screens, no posting issues. I mean, and if my situation would have reflected that, I probably wouldn't have any Intel systems right now. I mean, to be honest, like if it was a smooth sailing for the most part, I probably would have completely converted to AMD. But in some sense, I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because I've also noticed that when you look at like certain situations like emulators is a great example. And I was talking to Drago about this. So emulators, like all the old emulators, most of them were all written and coded to work off of Intel processors. And some of these emulators are old. Some of them aren't even being worked on anymore. So we're kind of in this weird situation where I'm kind of wondering, is it going to be necessary to kind of, in order to get the best performance out of, like if you wanted to run an emulator and play some of the older games or games that were from console, I'm wondering, is it going to be, you know, almost required to get the best performance to have an older Intel system to play those games at you know, the most optimal level, you know, instead of using AMD. And it's not because AMD doesn't have the cores or the clock speed. It's about the architecture, which is, I know it sounds silly, but there is something to that. And, you know, I didn't think that was a factor, but there is something there. Now, I don't know what, I'm not an engineer. I'm not a programmer. I really can't explain it, but I do know that does exist because there's a guy, he has a channel on YouTube called BSOD, which obviously stands for Blue Screen of Death. And this guy, most of his channel focuses on the emulator for playing like Wii games on the PC. And there have been a lot of comparisons from Intel to AMD. He's also covered the one for the PlayStation 3. And both of those emulators run far superior on an Intel chip than they do on AMD. But there's more work being done on those emulators because they're still being developed, where you can use AMD and it has gotten better, but they're still performing better on Intel. But I think if they continue to develop, they'll probably get to where it's, you know, the same or maybe better than Intel. But then, like I said, there's some emulators that are like Citra. There's another one called Citra that does 3DS games, and that does far better on Intel than it does on AMD. But that's also still being worked on as well. So those three emulators are still being developed. I don't know how well the PS3 one is, but I know Citra is actively still being worked on, and I know CMU is actively still being worked on. So in time, it's possible that they may be able to get better performance with AMD, but currently right now, it's still quite a bit better with Intel. And that's only because Intel's been so dominant. But now that AMD is pretty much dominating the way they are, that's going to change unless Intel gets their shit together. Oh, I didn't have the birds on. Good thing this thing has a long range, because that worked really well for that. That enemy is really strong. He hits like a truck. The frogs aren't too bad. They do hit pretty hard, but they don't do too... Oh, what's this? Oh, cool. Healing pots. Need to see if we can get up top there. Let's go ahead and save since we got these pots. I haven't leveled up in a while. I mean, I haven't actually applied my skill points. Okay, I can't get up. Yeah, there's got to be another like high jump that you get later. Whoa. I wonder if I can jump on that fucking praying mantis. Nope. That frog just said, peace out. Yeah, I can't jump on that friggin' thing. Yeah, I think I need a high jump or something. I guess we can go down to the bottom, see what's down there. Shit. Oh, great. There's another one of these assholes. Oh, it looks like I killed him. There's a chest right there. Right there. I don't know how to get to it though. Okay, so those things just kind of like do a self-destruct. Oh, I see how I can get to it. I I think I need to... Okay, I think this is what I think I need to do. I think I need to jump on this motherfucker here. Jump, and then jump. And then it goes into that... where that chest is. But I think it'd probably be best to jump there, then jump there, jump, and jump. Shit! That, you can't land on those fucking things. Okay. Whoa! See, that thing almost came after my nuts. The fuck is that? Oh, it's one of those assholes. Okay. Oh, here's a chest. The vinegar. This is what that asshole was asking for. Oh, man. Ah, I did it. 800 gold. Oh, too late. I already took it. Mysterious manuscript. Oh. Looks like there's an area here. I didn't even notice that. Forgot to unmute the mic. Jesus Christ. That poison is fucking legit. Holy shit. Turn around. You're going the wrong way. Oh, really? Yeah. Sometimes blue screens come from, like Windows, just being, you know, like Microsoft Windows. Yeah, it probably is Windows. Oh, okay, it's been a while. Oh, dude, I almost had him dead and this fucker like jump shot me. What an asshole. He didn't like that I was winning. This is what I should have done during that fight. Should have put on my fucking shield. Let the cooldown come up. Let's do this. You might need to update your system as well, like do the Windows update. I usually hold off. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, that's why. Damn, this fucker hits hard. Yeah, you ain't getting me with that shit this time. Whoa, whoa, heal! Dude, that dot is insane. That poison is fucking insane. Come on, asshole. Got that motherfucker. Oh, I got another cube. fishbone bow. Dude, I got a new bow. That's legit. Dude, that is a legit bow. I'm gonna go upgrade that shit. I should have put on that other ring. That's weird. I don't really use Wi-Fi too often. Oh, it opened up this area. Okay. You know what? Let's go upgrade and do our shit before we get all crazy and end up dying and losing everything. Yeah, I would just go into your Windows update if it's been a few, if it's been a few months since you've booted it up, and go ahead and do some updates. I turn my updates off, but I do update. I just don't do them as frequently as Windows puts them out. I'll turn them off for about a month, and I'll update about every 30 days. But you know what? What sucks about Windows is even if you turn off your Windows updates, sometimes it'll still update, like even with them off. That shit pisses me off. Yeah, it's really fucking annoying. Actually, let me try this bow. Okay, so it's doing 29, 28. And then let's try the other bow. Fuck. I had that damn thing equipped. Let me take that thing off. Okay, so the damage is the same, but this particular bow is also upgraded, where my other bow is not. I thought I had some of those things. So 116, 29 and 116. All right, now let's try this new bow. 34, 37, 34, 37, 136. Okay, yeah, that's an increase. I wonder if we can enchant it. Oh, okay. Ooh, we could do arcane damage on it. Oh, wow. That's pretty legit. So either arcane or... Oh. But potion recovery is reduced. Yeah, probably not going to do that. Let's do this arcane. Oh, there's more. Oh. Dude. Yeah. I like that. All right, let's level up. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to go into it again. All right, we'll try that. Fuck, I don't remember where I was. Oh, okay. I was over here at Buffonite Lake. And we want to go back over here. All right. Let's see if this works. What do you need the Windows 10 disk for? Oh, well, I'm glad you found it. But what do you need it for? Oh, here we go. I didn't know this thing scrolled down. Okay. For when I reinstall Windows 10 with a newer PC once built. Oh, okay. So let me ask you this, because normally when I build a new PC or if I upgrade, I usually just buy a key on eBay for like $5 and it, it'll, I have to, it unlocks it. But are you saying that you have a Windows disk and the key for that disk, and whenever you need to like reinstall or install that version of Windows, you can install it on multiple machines? Because if that's the case, I might just go ahead and buy Windows, 10 just once, so I don't have to keep buying keys. Because I've bought, in the last year, I've probably bought like 3 or 4 keys. So this shield works pretty good. The reason I took damage is because of the poison. That's funny. I could have just fucking dropped down here and saved, but I didn't know that. You can't trust this game. Oh, cool. And I got full health, so I don't have to waste it on waste a potion. All right, I got 2 more healing potions. I know I can drop there. I'm just going to go over here real quick and... Whoa! That thing fucking hit me like a truck. There's another one. Yeah, let me check that real quick. So yeah, you don't always get transcoding, but let me check. I'm just curious if I'm getting it now, because if it's during the day, I'm showing I have transcoding active right now. So you should also be getting it. But yeah, you're right. Affiliates, we don't always get transcoding. I try to avoid streaming during the peak hours, which is like between 7 a.m. to 5 or 6 p.m. my time. During the week. Those are like the peak hours. Okay, cool. But that doesn't mean I won't. My sleep schedule lately has been all fucked up, and I've actually been waking up like really early, like 6 a.m. and going to bed like at 8 p.m., which is really weird. Well, I usually don't fall asleep till almost 10, but I'm hoping to, because I'd rather be waking up around 9 or 10 a.m. and staying up till midnight or 1 or 2. When you say it's unfair, what do you mean? Like the transcoding? So you may or may not notice, but I'm streaming at 1080p 60 now. And the reason why I'm doing that is, so I used to stream at 720p 60, but not really because of the transcoding. It was mainly because of the quality of the stream, of the bit rate. But I wasn't really noticing it. I was doing some testing before I came back to streaming. And I was testing, the difference in quality between 720p 60 and 1080p 60. And so obviously you're allotted a certain level of bandwidth through your stream for Twitch. Now Twitch recommends you don't go above 6,000 bitrate. And if you do 720p 60 at 6,000 bitrate, your stream will be pretty clear, very little artifacting generally. But I was noticing during my testing that when I tried 1080p 60 versus 720p 60, the artifacting was about the same. The difference, though, that I noticed with 1080p 60 is the clarity of text. So let me show you what I mean. So for example, all this text over here on the side, if I were streaming at 720p 60, it would be a lot blurrier than it is right now. But because I'm streaming at 1080p 60, it's very, like, it's sharp. It's like very, very clear, very, very easily read. However, I did bump up my bit rate from 6,000 to 6,500. Now, technically, and Twitch doesn't want streamers to know this, you can actually stream up to 7,500 bit rate and your stream will work. But the problem with doing that, and the reason why I'm not doing that, is if I stream at 7,500 bit rate and somebody else is watching my stream, like take you for example, and maybe you're not at home, maybe you're on your mobile phone, the bit rate, well, I have transcoding, so it should downscale to a lower resolution, which should also use a lower bit rate. Let me check that real quick. So you won't need as much, but if I'm not getting transcoding and somebody wants to watch the stream and they're watching at a lower resolution, they're still being, you know, kind of stuck at a specific bit rate, and then they might get buffering. Okay, so yeah, it's working. So when I lower my resolution to 720p, it does drop the bit rate to 3000 bit rate, which is kind of normal for Twitch. So I guess I could bump the bit rate up if I wanted to, and I may need to. I'm still kind of testing this out. And the worst case scenario is you'll have to drop your what you view at to a lower resolution, but it also drops the bit rate. So you won't get as clear image, but you'll be able to watch. But I'm trying to stay within a good balance because I don't really think I need to go that high. Right now, like I said, I'm running 6,500 and it seems to be running pretty good, even for like 1080p. And I find that, I mean, obviously I don't have a lot of viewership, but when I do have viewers, most of them are from Europe. Like I get very few American viewers. Most of them are from Europe. And a lot of times they don't have the high bandwidth to be able to watch streams at like 1080p 60, even if they're like on a mobile phone or whatever. So I'll probably stick to like 6,500, which should allow them to be able to watch at 1080p 60. And if not, like if they are out and maybe they have a lower bandwidth, then it'll just drop it down to 720p, 60 at like, a 3000 bit rate. It just doesn't look as good. But it also kind of saves, like power on my side, because what I was doing before, because I record all my live streams since I don't store them on Twitch because of the DMCA bullshit, because of all the music. I'm sure you heard, but the DMCA copyright laws, like all these music labels are going after Twitch streamers and taking down their VODs and their clips and everything because of all the music, that they have stored. So what I'm doing, I've been doing this from the beginning, for the most part, because I had this problem with YouTube, except YouTube is a lot more forgiving than what Twitch is doing. Twitch is doing something different. But the way Twitch is working is, if you, like, let's say I have a live stream and I'm leaving my VODs up and maybe I get clips up and I do play copyrighted music sometimes. In fact, I need to turn that off real quick. So sometimes I will play like copyrighted music, right? If I leave my VOD up or a clip or something like that, the DMCA is going into, and screening Twitch streams and finding these and then giving you copyright strikes. And if you get 3 of them, then Twitch is going to just ban you right out. And they've already done that even to big streamers. They've and it's a permanent ban. It's not like a temporary ban. It's, well, according to Twitch, that may be bullshit, because we all know Twitch is not reliable on things like that when it comes to rules. So they're banning people. So what I've decided to do is I've always recorded all my live streams, and I edit out all the music and all the extra bullshit, and I upload that to my YouTube channel, and I also upload it at 1440p HD at 60 FPS. And I remove all the music, so I don't have to worry about copyright or any of that bullshit. And furthermore, I don't have to worry about losing my live streams that I've uploaded to YouTube, because on Twitch, you only get to keep them for like 15 days or 30 days, and then they get deleted anyways. So it's kind of pointless. And until Twitch, either, because Twitch is going to have to do this, or actually no, the DMCA might be able to do this. I'm not really sure. I'm not clear on this, because I actually watched a video of an attorney going over this shit yesterday. And until the DMCA is able to monitor live streams with copyrighted music, maybe implement some sort of, code, which is why I think they would have to go through Twitch. They would have to actually record my stream while I'm streaming and while I'm playing an actual copyrighted song, and then send that to Twitch for a strike, because I don't save my VODs or my clips. But the chances of them being able to do that is very, very slim until they get some sort of, algorithm code that Twitch would have to incorporate into the streams like YouTube does. YouTube has that. They have that code right now, but that costs a lot of money to implement. So that is kind of like my loophole to be able to continue to play copyrighted music. But if somebody wanted to be an asshole, they could literally sit there and watch my stream and wait for me to play a copyrighted song, record that, then send it to Twitch. But even if they did that, I'd just get, one strike, because you're allowed 3, and then I would just not play it, and do that. But until I actually get like a strike, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to continue to play copyright music, because I'm not saving any of my VODs or clips, and I'll just, like I said, continue to upload to YouTube. But there may come a time where Twitch does implement some sort of code that will prevent streamers from being able to live stream with background music. And if they do that, I may go back to YouTube if they do that, because at least on YouTube, you can stream music. They won't take your stream down, at least not from my experience. They'll let you continue to stream, but what they'll do is they'll block the stream after it's done, and either mute the audio, or they'll just take down the video altogether, which is fine, because I'm going to re-upload it, edit the music out anyways. But I think that's going to be a while before Twitch is able to incorporate some sort of filter system like that, because that's going to cost them a lot of money to do that. And being that I don't have a lot of viewers, that's a bonus, because that means that's less people watching my stream, less chances of me being caught streaming copyrighted music. Doesn't mean it can't happen. And technically, if the DMCA, the music right holders, wanted to come after me and sue me, like that they could do that with any of these streamers, not just me, go right ahead. I don't have anything that they can sue me for, because, I'm a small streamer. I mean, what are you going to do? Take my birthday away? In fact, all they're going to do is waste a bunch of money trying to, pay lawyers and all that to come after a small fish like me. But the big streamers, those are the ones that really, get hit the hardest. Well, here's how I feel about it. Okay. I did go to art school. I'm not a musician, but I understand plagiarism. I understand, copyright, and I understand when it comes to music. The thing is the artists, the musicians that actually create the music, the majority of them, I don't want to say they don't care, but most of them don't. Most of them are flattered and are actually for their music being played, because that is advertisement for them. That means that their music is, now being shared with other people, and that's promotion for them, and those people will most likely go buy their album, whether it's a digital download or whatever. It's the music labels that own most of the rights to the musicians. Like, being a musician is probably one of the worst occupations you can be as far as trying to make money. For certain musicians that have made it big, like take Metallica, for example. Metallica just a few years ago didn't even own their own music. It took them years before they owned their own music. Now they own all their own music so they can do whatever they want. Exactly. It's the music label. And they're the ones that are, greedy and, trying to go after all these people, with DMCA and all that with the copyright. Now, the DMCA is just the law. It's not really people. It's the law that is being used by the music labels, the companies. It's the companies that exercise that law. And I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm fully educated on it, but I have enough education on it to know the basics of it. But I think as it is right now, I can probably continue to play music so long as I don't store my VODs or my clips on Twitch, which there's no reason to do it anyways. I'm a small streamer and they're going to be deleted anyways, even with affiliate. And since I already upload them on YouTube, at a much better quality, and I can edit out the music there, and I know they're going to be safe from being deleted or hit with copyright, I think it'll be fine. But I will say this: if I do get a strike, I will stop. If I get one strike, I'll go ahead and stop. But until I get that first strike, and I know it's like legitimate, I'm going to continue to play music. And if it gets to the point where it's like getting, more than one, like maybe they try to hit me with 2 or 3 all at once, or they try to ban me, I'll just go back to YouTube. I know a lot of people wonder like why I continue to stream on Twitch. Twitch has a lot of features that are much better quality when it comes to streaming over YouTube, and the quality of the stream quality is much better on Twitch than it is on YouTube, because on Twitch they don't re-encode the stream. Whatever I send out to the viewers is what the viewers get. If I stream on YouTube, you're streaming to YouTube servers, then they re-encode it and then they put it out, which causes a longer delay, and it also reduces the quality. It just looks like shit. So I would prefer to continue on Twitch. Yeah, I appreciate it, Junaid. Because I remember you originally started watching me on YouTube, and then I announced that I was switching over to Twitch. And I didn't just switch over to Twitch like what I did is I was multi-streaming. I think at the time when you started watching, I don't remember if I was multi-streaming at that time, but I did start multi-streaming. I'd have to look at my calendar because I have it marked, but I started multi-streaming to because I was on YouTube, then I started multi-streaming to Twitch and Mixer. And I was doing all 3. I quit doing Mixer after just 4 months because it wasn't really, nobody was really watching it, and because there's nobody was really on the platform. So I just said no point in doing Mixer, because there was also problems with their chat system. It wasn't working well with the program I was using. So I was like, okay, this is more trouble than it's worth. So I got rid of Mixer. And then I thought about it. I was like, I would like to try to shoot for affiliate. So I said, in order to shoot for affiliate, you can't stream on multiple platforms. You have to stream only on Twitch. So I decided, let me just stream on Twitch and shoot for affiliate. And I grinded for quite a while to get affiliate. And even after I met all the requirements, they still weren't giving me affiliate. So then I was just like, okay, well, fuck this. And then literally after I kind of gave up on it, it was literally like a month later, they emailed me, congratulations, we are sending you affiliate status. You just have to sign the contract and everything. And I was just like, oh, great. And I got it in January 2020 is when I got it. It was right after I finished Dark Souls. So funny. So And the only reason I wanted affiliate was to get the transcoding. That's it. Like, I don't care about the subs or any of the other, benefits, but the transcoding was important because that meant that I no longer had to downscale my stream. Because when you record, let me show you something, because trying to explain this to you isn't going to make a lot of sense. So I'm going to have to show you. I'm going to turn off my cam and go full screen. Okay, so let me pull up the settings here. I don't know if you're going to be able to read this. I am running at 1080p, so that should help. But this section here, it's kind of grayed out. You have your base canvas resolution, which is 1080p, and you have your output resolution of 1080p. And whenever you are streaming, at that resolution, whatever you set here, that's also what you're going to record at. However, over here, this is where your streaming information goes. And if I wanted to stream at 720p, I would have to do the rescale output and lower it to like 720p. Now that is an option. I can do that. But it puts a lot more load on the system to downscale it. And I really didn't want to be doing that anymore. Which is why I kind of, wanted to just, stream at 1080p. So I didn't have to, kind of mess with this crap. And, that's kind of why I, wanted to try to just stick to 1080p 60 instead of downscaling it to 720p 60, because it's a lot of work for the GPU and the CPU. And yeah, I have a good system. It can do it, but it uses more power. And, why should I, spend more money on my electric bill, just to, downscale or whatever, especially when I'm not a big streamer. Now, if I was a big streamer, I could, but then I'd probably, make enough money where it would compensate for that. But for me, like the real reason why I don't want to ever be like a big streamer is because you kind of have to sell out to a certain extent. And I'm not trying to shit on streamers. I understand why they do what they do, but I don't want to do that because it would put me in a position where I would probably start to hate gaming. Like, I wouldn't look forward to actually getting online and playing the games that I play, and you almost kind of have to be like a babysitter, because you're getting in, hundreds of people, maybe even thousands of people. And even though, yes, you can get moderators and all that, and they can kind of help, it just, exactly. I'm expected to stream for one. And I'm also, having to sit there and kind of, give attention to these people that are in chat, because a lot of these, a lot of them are kind of younger kids. And, I know I'm sounding like a dick, but I'm just trying to be honest. It's like they need that attention. They need the attention of the streamer. Like, oh, he read my comment. He responded to me. Ooh, and it's like, yeah. So, I mean, like for me, it's easy. I don't have very many viewers because that allows me to be able to have conversations like with you and anybody else. Because if I've only got, 2, 3, 5, 10 viewers, I can, for the most part, easily have conversations with people like yourself. And you're not just a number. You're not, and you're not just somebody like, and I'm not just talking to you in hopes that you're going to donate money to me or subscribe to my stream. I don't care about that. In fact, I don't even have a donation link anymore. I can't get rid of my sub link because I actually tried, because I was thinking of trying to get rid of my affiliate, because I was thinking of going back to, restream and doing YouTube and Twitch. But then I thought, I was like, well, I'll go ahead and stick to Twitch for now and see how things go. But I just, I want to game, play my games, enjoy them. And if I can share the experience with people that want to stop in on the stream and just hang out, watch the gameplay or whatever, totally cool. And some people are cool with that, especially the lurkers. Some people just want to pull up a stream, watch somebody game. They don't give a fuck about all this junk on their screen, like, all the followers and all the subs and all this emote bullshit cluttering up the screen. They just want to see the gameplay, maybe the streamer, even the chat. Like, I was even thinking of getting rid of the chat at some point. It's just extra clutter. But then the chat's been pretty helpful because it's been able to allow me to go back, because I record the streams, because sometimes you guys say something like, maybe you'll talk about a TV show or a movie or a game or something, and I'm playing my game and I don't want to write it down. I can go back and, and look at the time and then reference that time and pull it up on the recording and be like, okay, and then check it out later. Or like, I had a viewer that I had to ban, and I really felt bad about banning this person, but because this person was a longtime viewer, but they kept backseat gaming me, and they kept doing it. And I told them not to do it, even though I had already said that anybody who's backseat gaming, they're just going to get banned. And so I told this guy, you've been doing this for a while. And he's like, no, I haven't, or whatever. So I went back and I looked at the streams that I remembered where he did it. And I wrote down the timestamps and everything and sent him screenshots of it. And normally I wouldn't do that with anybody. I just ban him. But he was a long-term viewer. It had been somebody that had been watching my stream for a while. And there were other problems with this particular viewer. And I'm not going to give his name because I don't want to be a dick. I don't want to like shit on somebody. He's not here to defend himself. So I don't feel that's right. But I just, I said, look, here's the information here. Here's all the times you were backseat gaming, and I let you slide on that, and I shouldn't have. And I didn't exactly ban him for backseat gaming me. The reason I ended up banning him is because he was being a real dick in one of my last Dark Souls streams. And I didn't ban him that day. I had given it a lot of thought because I really didn't want to ban him. But then after I gave it some thought with all the backseat gaming, and he was also just a very toxic person. Like, anytime, you would talk about something and give your opinion about something, he would just do anything to like shoot it down. And it's okay to disagree with people. Like, if you have a disagreement with me, don't ever be afraid to disagree with me. Do it. But I do ask that if you're going to disagree, have a valid point, have some sort of reason, as to why. And I'll listen, and maybe you'll teach me something, and maybe I'll change my mind, or maybe I won't. Maybe we'll just continue to disagree. That's totally cool. But that's not what he would do. He would just purposely try to cause drama on the stream by just disagreeing, just to, I don't know, I guess just be a troll. I don't know, but it just got really annoying. And there were a few other things too. And I just said, what? I don't need this type of viewer at my fucking stream. Yes, I banned him. I ended up banning him because I got sick of it. I'm not a daycare. I'm not here to babysit people, So, and then I basically, I told him, I was like, look, if you want to, if he ever came back, I was just going to tell him, look, before I unban you, if he messaged me or whatever, like on Twitch or whatever, I would have just told him, look, if you want to come back and watch the stream and be unbanned, your ass is going to have to jump on Discord, and we're going to have a conversation, and I'm going to have to set you straight. And if you agree to my terms of the rules of my stream, I'll unban you and come back. He hasn't done that, and that's fine. Not a big deal, but I'd be willing to do that. But I've decided going forward, any new people that come to the stream, I'm not going to do like these other streamers where I sit there and I'm like, let me turn the, I was more than fair. I should have banned them a lot sooner than that. But what I'm going to do from now on is, like, if I play a game that's popular, like the Souls games are pretty popular, I'm going to set it to follower only. And I'm going to set the follower time to probably maybe a week. And that will allow people like you Drago, and all my long-term followers to come to the chat while I'm playing the game, and all of you can talk all you want and say what you want. And I know for the most part, you guys are all very respectful. But the new people, the people that want to come in, and some people are going to be cool. Some people will be cool and they'll come in, they'll watch the stream, maybe they'll follow, and maybe they'll become a long-term follower and be understanding. But it'll weed out the people that just want to come and backseat game and just talk and just say stupid shit. And another option that I was thinking of going with when I don't do the follower only chat, depending on the game, is I'm not going to, like, if I have somebody that pops into the chat and they start talking, saying really stupid shit, I'm not going to sit there and call them out or anything like that. I'm just going to pull them up. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to even, I'm not going to say anything in chat or anything. I'm just going to ban them and continue my game, because a lot of these people are doing it because they want that attention. These are mentally ill people. Correction, untreated mentally ill people. There's a difference, because there are some people that have mental illness, me being one of them, but they actually get help. They go to counseling, take medication, and actually try to be accountable for their actions. But then you get people that don't. Either they don't even know they're mentally ill, or they know and they don't care, and they just go and like to shit on everybody. And that is not, this is my time, this is my money, for all the hardware that I have and everything that I put into it. And this is, my games to play. And, sad to say, there are more crappy people out there than there are people that are good that, I want at the stream. And because I thought about quitting streaming altogether just because of all the bullshit, but I didn't really want to do that, because I felt it was unfair to the good people like you and Drago, and I have another viewer, name is Roman, and I have another guy, his name is Bluto, and quite a few other people. They don't get to watch very often, but they'll come in and hang out every now and again. And I didn't feel it was fair to the good people that like to come to the stream and just hang out and just watch gameplay or talk or whatever. So I think with the follower only chat and just kind of shadow banning people when I don't do that should help quite a bit. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, so here's part of the problem, aside from the mental illness, the unchecked or untreated mentally ill people, on social media. It's also a lot of young kids who are used to going to streamers who literally pay them. They'll pay them donations or they'll subscribe to them, and those streamers will tolerate the bad behavior because they kind of have to, because if they don't, they lose those subs or they lose those donations. That's where I differ. I don't need my viewers' money. That's not why I'm here. And as long as I'm, economically free from that, for the most part, I can run my stream how I want it. But I also don't want to come off like a complete asshole. Like I'm not open to suggestions or feedback, or, and if somebody wants to call me out and say like I'm maybe being a little harsh, send me a private message. Don't maybe do it right then and there, but send me a private message. Twitch has a private message system, and, maybe tell me, hey, I think you might have misunderstood or whatever, might give this person a chance. I probably would consider it. I'm not like completely heartless, but it kind of pushes you to become less empathetic, because there's so much trash. I don't want to just say on Twitch, but just social media in general. And I'm sure you understand that. Like look at Twitter. Twitter is a cesspool. Like, I wish I could get rid of my Twitter. I so wish I could get rid of my Twitter. And I don't really converse with anybody on Twitter. Very few people. But the few people I have, they're really, really nice people. And it's just, real quick, usually talking about games or whatever. But I don't get into the whole politics thing. I don't get into SJW, all that stuff or whatever. I stay out of that. I may make a couple of jokes about politics, but very rarely do. I try to stick to just technology and gaming on my Twitter feed and just keep it simple. Because I don't want to be involved with all that. I don't want to be rolling around in the mud with pigs. To me, that's like shit that is high school shit. And I hated high school as a kid. I can't even begin to tell you how much I hated. And I don't like to use the word hate very much, but I can use in all caps. I hated school. I hated school with a passion because of the people. Because most of the people I grew up with were just shitty people. And I hated the immaturity of people. And it was mainly because I grew up poor. Like, I know you see me now, like I have this awesome game rig and, stream setup and all that. But I used to be poor, dude. I used to be homeless. I used to wear literally like rags to school, and I got made fun of a lot when I was in school because a lot of the kids I went to school with were rich, snobby kids. And I fucking hated them for it too. Got into a lot of fights, and that's kind of what Twitter reminds me of. Just people talking shit, just saying dumb shit. And it's not productive at all. And it's not helpful. It's very toxic. It's just a toxic wasteland of just immaturity. And I just don't want to be a part of that. The reason why I have the Twitter is because a lot of good news is on Twitter. Like I follow my MMA on there. I follow my tech news on there. I've got some guys on there that are really good about putting out gaming coupons whenever a game goes on sale, like Wario 64, Nimble. There's a couple other guys. They're always posting on Twitter if there's a game on sale, and I check it daily. If there's a game on sale that maybe I wanted or whatever, boom, I go and grab it real quick. And I've gotten some really good deals that way. And I don't know where else I'm going to get that information without being on Twitter. But if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have Twitter. I used to be on Facebook. I got rid of that shit. But in my opinion, Twitter's probably worse than Facebook. Sorry, I just kind of went ham on that shit. Oh. Okay. Oh, cool. I found a little secret. Whoa! These spiders are pretty strong. I've been getting a lot of these shimmering stones, but I haven't gotten any of the upgrades. Ah. That's what I've been looking for. I need one of those to upgrade my bow. Or whatever item I want to upgrade. wonder why they... It's like they're afraid of me. They run off. I don't know why they do that. Oh. Looks like there's a drop down over here. Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna... Whoa, I see that motherfucker. Another one up there. Okay. So those birds, so here's, okay, Vessel of the Holy Six. So those birds are pretty cool because you never really run out of mana. They also will travel the full distance of the screen. However, they don't have they're not really good for ground attacks. Only like level attacks, where this is really good for like anything on the ground. Actually, this is probably okay for ground once they disperse, but like if you're close up, it's not very good. Yeah, so I'm able to kill that thing on the ground, but it's got to be kind of far away. Another vessel of the Holy Six. This shield's actually coming in pretty handy. It's saving me a lot of vials. already been up there. What is that? Oh, nice. Okay, I've already been that way, I think. I hit with poison. That shield doesn't block poison. Sweet. Oh, shit. There's a drop down right there. Dynamite. Oh, a helmet. Excuse me. Let's check out this helmet. like that heavy attack. But you can't do it while you're jumping. Whoa. Awesome. I wonder, I'm going to go back and check the other area. Go back and check this area over here. I don't know if when I just saved, if that respawns enemies or not. Yeah, I think it does. Yep, it does. Get up there, damn it. Fucker poisoned me. God damn it. So it does like a bit of a snare on you. Why are you turning around? Stop turning around. Really? I came all the way back over here for a couple of healing potions? Miner's Path. What? Holy shit. Wonder if there's a shortcut I can unlock. Oh yeah, I remember this. Dude, I love this fucking arrow attack. Okay, there's something up. Why is this thing zoomed out so fucking far? So we need to go over here now. Still not completely cleared out. Need to check out this spot now. Fuck. It's kind of a long ways. Yeah, it does seem kind of long. I mean, I'm not complaining. Usually games like this that are like a Metroidvania, like platformer, are kind of short, like 8, maybe 10 hours. And this is like my 4th day playing it. Of course, there was a lot of things I could have cut down on as far as like travel. I'm taking advantage of them now. There's a lot of time saving that you can do with the teleporting, and I wasn't doing that before. So that's cut down a lot. I mean, I'll pull up the map in a second, but it's friggin' huge. I can't even show you the map. I mean, I can show you this map, but I have to get out of here in order to show you like the full world map. It's really big. All right, looks like I've cleared this whole area. So if I'd have been doing this the whole time and using the feather to teleport, that would have saved a lot of time, but I didn't. And you get it like at the beginning of the game, like I don't know when, but you get it pretty early on. But I was confused about it because it had a number 1 by it. So I thought it was a consumable that you could only use it once. And I was like, well, I want to save that for a time when I really need it. Then I find out it's reusable. And I was like, and then they patched it where they took out the number for it. So I'll show you what I mean. So that's the feather that, you can reuse over and over again that allows you to teleport. But if you look at like these items, they have numbers telling you, okay, this is how many you have. So once you use it, that's it. And it used to have that. And they just patched it because it didn't used to do that. Which is fine. It was just confusing. So this map looks pretty much cleared. I mean, there does look like there's something over here. But there wasn't any kind of drop down or anything, so it could be part of another map. Oh, I need to take that off. Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is the game map. It's fucking huge. And there's still a lot more I still have to unlock. Not a complaint though. I like it. I need to go take a piss. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna do it right now. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Whoa! Good thing I had that shield on. Jesus Christ. Oh, I see an area I can unlock. This area right here. There's also something there. You know, we'll check out this first because we're pretty close to that.